Hey. Say na 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 na. Come on and slam. And welcome. Oh. Alright, let's go. Woo! Hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Right. I think that's all I can play. Oh. No. No, no, no. Fuck. No. Okay. Why did I close that? Hey, you, what you gotta do? Hey, you. Oh. Ugh. Ugh. Kaylee Ralph liked my tweet. Holy shit, no way. Oh, God. I'm just getting a bunch of people who are like, yeah, I don't give a shit what you're doing. Do you want to, like, spend money? It's happening more, like, lately. I got a fucking message on actual Twitch the other day. It's crazy. There's a lot of, like, different kinds of streamers out there, I've noticed. There's, like, you know, I would say 5 different brands. I accidentally opened up my stream. You have the people who play like one kind of game, right? You have people who play a bunch of different games and it's more for like their personality, right? You have one of 3 interchangeable women who know what they're doing. Now, I'm not naming anybody, but it's like it's flooding the fucking market. Not so much anymore, but it was really bad there for a while. VTubers is 4, and then 5 we're gonna go with like media creators, people who are like making media outside of like playing video games. I'm not doing great today. I'm kind of upset today. I've been in a bad mood all day. And I just played Baldur's Gate, of course, cuz it's literally all anyone anywhere is playing right now. And frankly, I'm pretty burnt out. But like, what am I gonna say to people I have a game going with, you know? Am I gonna say, hey, I really do not want to play this campaign anymore? Like, you guys can take my save. You could play as my character. It's fine. Don't care. Don't want to play anymore. Like, do I say that? Do I just say like, I'm just not feeling it? Or do I just grit my teeth and bear it? Because I don't know. I don't claim to know. But yeah, I'm in a pretty piss poor mood, and I'm hoping that the Spader and I can clean some stuff. And
Hey,
hey,
if you're not feeling it, don't play it.
No, I understand.
If the vibes are off, they're off. You
I
know.
think it was just today. Like I think it was just a bad day I've been having. But we got through like a pretty big encounter, and I like halfway through it, I was like, I could be doing anything else right now.
Mm,
You know.
gotcha. Sorry, I'm eating sweet and sour pork. This just got here like 10 minutes ago.
Um. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is good. If you guys haven't played it yet, it's a good game.
I like it.
It's pretty good. I'm having a lot more fun playing by myself
Mm,
than with a group. I just like it's not anyone that I'm playing with. It's just I like to make decisions by myself in those kinds of games.
yeah.
And I feel
Yeah,
like
definitely.
a lot of like pull is taking in different directions. And
It's
it's
kind
just
of also the same issue that we ran into when we streamed Divinity Original Sin 2,
yeah.
where it's no fun. I'm like, it's fun to play with your friends, but at the same time, it's not fun because of all of the dialogue and all of the shit that
Yeah,
you
it's
have to like. You miss like you experience something, everyone's just already moved the fuck on, you know.
yeah.
So I get you.
I had a big bowl of pasta for dinner.
Mm.
That's all I have to say.
I'm currently having sweet and sour pork.
That sounds good. It's
I
really
kind of wish I got the Kung Pao, or not the Kung Pao, the General Tso's,
uh-huh.
but it's still good.
Yeah.
You know. Oh.
Did
But yeah, I'm enjoying Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh yeah.
I am ready to romance the shit out of Shadowheart.
Uh that's the wrong choice.
I don't think so. She's goth.
You know who's mommy?
She worships an objectively evil deity and still wants you to be good and also good to animals. I think that's pretty great, personally.
Wait. Oh fuck.
Are you going for Lazel?
No.
Mm. Gale.
Karlak.
Mm. Oh, yeah. I still haven't met her. Because I don't have the time to just, like, drop 40 hours on this game in a week. I would love to.
Yeah, what am I up to now? I think like probably 30 something.
Wow.
Um 35.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
this morning I hit 17, so...
I'm sure there's people who've played it more, but I've been playing it
I
a lot.
mean, have you looked at our mutual friends list? Mosh has played 85 hours.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I had that kind of time to devote to this kind of a game, but I don't because I have a job. Not to say that Mosh doesn't.
No, yeah, yeah.
I'm sure he's fine, doing whatever the hell he's doing, but
Mhm. I'm putting on City Pop to play in the background today.
Good point.
What were we doing?
Hell yeah, get some fucking Tatsuri Yamashita on there.
This game's so fucking loud.
Play some Ride on Time. Are you kidding me? That album rules.
It's just royalty-free City Pop. It's not like
Mm.
any named song.
That's fair.
This game is
I'm very
fucking
sorry to the audience that you have to hear my like mouth full of food.
Nah,
This sweet and sour pork is pretty good.
it's okay. Oh, I didn't invite you.
No, you didn't.
Sorry.
You fucking.
I'm running at like 10% power today. So
Damn. Mm. Yeah, this sweet and sour pork is good. Excuse me.
So I canceled Spectrum a while ago. And I just haven't been able to pay my final bill. Always do that, by the way, everyone. You should always pay your final bill. And I just haven't because I haven't had the money to drop $100 for a service that I'm not even fucking using anymore, right? So I got a call from them like a week ago. And I was like, yeah, I'll be able to pay you when I get paid next. I don't have any money right now. I was sick for a few days, and so I didn't really get a good payment or payout on my check. And they were like, oh yeah, okay. When can you expect a payment? I was like, probably Thursday. You know. Like, okay, we'll call you then. I'm like, cool. And then I got a call yesterday. And they said, "Oh yeah, yeah, we're calling about your outstanding payment." I said someone called last week, and I said I'll pay it Thursday. And they're like, "Oh, well, let me write down on your account that you'll make a payment Thursday. We'll call you 2 p.m. on Thursday." I was like, "That's perfect." And so I got a call today, Wednesday, saying, "Hey, when can we expect a payment from you?" And at this point, I'm starting to get pretty fucking mad.
Mm-hmm.
So I go, "Listen, the last two people that called asked me the exact same thing. And I was being really nice about it. I was trying my best, and I was already having a pretty shitty day, so my temper was pretty like, I was going off the scale.
Mm-hmm.
So I just said, like, could you write down on my account? Could you let someone know to call me 2 p.m. Thursday, and I will give you my credit card number. I will give you my fucking debit card number. Like, just stop calling me before then. Do not call me again before then." And she's like, "I will make sure to write it down." I was like, "You wrote that down?" She said, "Yes," and then I hung up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just like, it's so unbelievably frustrating when they call you 3 times in a week for the same fucking thing, and you have to tell them 3 separate times, I'll get it to you, I'll get it to you, I'll get it to you. Like, call me this day. Call me this day. And I have to tell them over and over. And so when they call me tomorrow, I'm gonna say, "Hey, if you call me again, I'm going to be very upset. Please do not call me again. Like, never contact me again. I will never ever use your service ever again. It has been nothing but a hassle to try to fucking get this payment out.
Yeah.
It has been nothing but a hassle. It was nothing but a hassle to try to cancel my fucking service. I am done." And now Spectrum is having like people at my local like grocery store. They're sending like people out to do like, well, the fastest internet around. And I've been avoiding them, but if they catch me and try to talk to me, I'll be like, I just had Spectrum for 5 years. Not one word you can say to me is ever going to make me sign up with them ever again.
Oof. Yeah, especially when they pull that kind of shit.
I'm really starting to get to my crotchety old man era, I think.
No, I get you.
I just want to be fucking left alone. Like, don't talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially when I'm just loading my fucking car with groceries. Like I'm going to be doing tomorrow after work. Like, just do not speak at me.
I hate that. I don't care what it is. Like, if I'm out in public and I'm, just taking care of whatever, taking care of groceries, taking care of errands, whatever, don't talk to me. I have no interest. Like, by default.
There was...
And nothing that you can say is going to convince me otherwise.
Yeah. There was this time a news anchor walk up to me, or a news reporter, like an on the street reporter, was like asking me about, like, hey sir, do you have like a minute to answer a few questions about, and I looked him dead in the eye and I just shook my head. And I was just like, I just didn't say a word, and they just walked away, and I was like, just don't. Like,
I don't know. I've also kind of become an asshole about it when, like, even if someone, and this has happened a couple of times, where someone asks, like, I'm sorry to bother you, but like I can't make rent this month, and I'm like, that's not my problem. I'm really sorry to hear that, and it's unfortunate, but that's not my problem.
Okay, so I was getting gas.
And I feel bad. I genuinely feel like I feel bad, but at the same time, I'm mad that they bothered me, which is not a good response.
I know. I was getting gas one time, and I was just minding my own fucking business, filling out my car. It had been a long fucking day. I didn't want to fucking talk to anyone. I don't want to talk to anyone on a good fucking day. Like,
no.
but like, on a fucking bad day, like, especially, I do not want to be spoken to. And so this woman is, like, going in between cars, asking for gas money, with her little kid standing right there, so you'll feel bad.
That pisses me off. That pisses me off. Don't exploit your fucking children like that.
So I pulled the, I'm just going to fucking ignore you. Like, I'm going to just completely 100%... I am getting into my car, Spader. My window is rolled up. I am putting my seatbelt on. She waves into my fucking window to try to get my attention.
I hate that.
I'm about to leave to go home to my life.
Yeah.
And she expects me to roll down my window, hear her out, and then give her fucking $40 for a tank of gas.
No.
People are fucking struggling enough as it is, and that much I get. And if I had any sort of money, expendable income, I would give to as many fucking charities as I possibly could. Right? I would. And
absolutely.
That's no bullshit.
No. I get you. Yeah.
I'm down to $1.98 this paycheck because I was sick for 2 days with a fever.
Jesus.
Like, I got fucked out of $100 this paycheck because I was sick. So I am not going to spend my precious little money on some fucking person who is not only exploiting their child, but just asking for handouts, interrupting someone's fucking day like a fucking piece of shit. And I'm just not going to do that.
The thing I really hate is that when they get indignant on you, like you say, I don't, and then they get mad at you, like, what did you expect? You're begging people just randomly, and you're mad at me for not giving you something. Like, I'm sorry, you're in a bad spot, I understand, and that sucks, But
I've
at the
been
same
there.
time,
Yeah.
like, you don't need to be an asshole about, if I don't give you something.
Yeah.
Because that has happened where, like, there was one point where there was, like, I was filling up at a gas station in, like, Denver area, and there was this person on the side of the road, by the gas station. She just needed a little bit of gas, so I was like, yeah, I can spot you $10. So I did that, and I felt okay about that. I felt pretty good.
Yeah.
She was happy, she was grateful, and I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's great. If you want to get to the highway, you got to take this road, go north, and then you get off on the highway just right there. But, like, I mean, here in Utah, like, for the most part, people are either they just kind of give up if you don't give them anything. But there have been a non-zero number of times where I have said no, I don't have anything extra, and, like, one person actually called me out like, "You got a bag of groceries? What do you mean you don't got any extra?" And it's like, I'm not dealing with this, so I just walked away.
I think I'm not a confrontational person.
I am negative.
I try my best to stay out of anything. I try to make myself as small as possible. I'll wear headphones to the grocery store just to, like,
Yep.
not have to deal with anything. If someone had the audacity to fucking say that to me, I think I'd just tell them to go fuck themselves. Like,
See,
you can go fucking get fucked, idiot. Get fucking fucked.
See, I just, like, the thought of confrontation gives me anxiety. So when when that happened, I just didn't say anything and got into my car and left. They didn't bother me when I was getting into my car, but, like, I was not happy.
When I was in New York, this is many years ago, I was with a church group, believe it or not, and we were like on one of those, like, those late night van rides where it's like you're just giving homeless people as much shit as you can give them. Right? Like, it's like a free store, you roll up to a certain spot at a certain time, and a bunch of people jump out and they start talking to you and telling you stories, and that's mostly that's just New York, but there were some, people needed socks, people needed toiletries.
Hey, that's New York, baby.
And we talked to a guy who played a lot of Nintendo and shit, and we were like, oh, this is fucking cool. This is, like, right when I was graduating high school. And I wasn't Christian at the time, but, like, I still enjoyed going on these because I thought it was fun. But there was this, I'll never forget this as long as I live. There was this guy who came up. He looked like he had big, like, pervert glasses on, and a big, like, pervert mustache. He might have just been a pervert. But he had, like, these big, like, he had a big mustache, big glasses. He comes up to us. He says, do you have any socks? And this is, like, our fourth or fifth stop, so we were plumb out of socks, unfortunately. And so we were like, we don't have any. We're completely out. And so, like, I just hear him, like, just walk away, go, fuck, 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 and I'm like, oh my god, holy shit, like, fucking shit. Fuck.
What happened in your life when socks is what brings you to the brink?
And that was my thought. And we were giving out toothbrushes, like, right in front of him, right, as he was having this, like, this shit fit, and we run out in front of him, right? We run out right in front of him. So he walks up to us. He's like, do you have a toothbrush and toothpaste? And we're all like, we literally just gave this gentleman the last one. Fuck! Fuck! And we're like, whoa.
That sounds like he's trolling.
I don't know. I don't know.
But I don't know. You can never know with these kinds of people.
I have a few subway stories from New York.
Oh boy!
So we were there.
I have never been east of the Mississippi, so I've only heard stories of the the mystical underground of
Dude,
New York City.
Dude, if I could, I would have just gotten on the fucking train and just, like, gone places. Like, I would have just sat there. Because, like, it is so interesting to just kind of sit on a train and just, like, people watch. Because that's one of my favorite things in the world to do, is to just, like...
Sure.
Not really eavesdrop, but, like, just listen in on conversations enough to kind of get, like, any...
Yeah.
Like, just the base level of, like, surface level information, you know?
You're being the main character and you're listening to NPCs.
Yeah, precisely. So, there was this guy... we were going to Coney Island. And on our way there, because I think we were in... Because when we were at the mission, we had to wear, like, the mission shirts.
Right.
But, like... we were going to Coney Island, so we were in our normal shit, and
you were in your civvies.
Yeah, civvies essentially. And I don't like to use that term; that feels too like fucking law enforcement, but you know what I mean. Anyway, we're going to Coney Island, and there's this guy on the train, and he's talking on his cell phone, and he's just projecting out into the world his half of the conversation. So we get to hear like, oh, is that what he thinks? Is that what he thinks? Well, he can go fuck himself. He can go fucking fuck himself. Yeah, well, I don't give a shit what he did. He can go fuck himself. Wait, what did he do? Okay, he's a fucking dead man. He's a fucking... And me and my friend Spencer are, like, looking over at this guy just horrified. Because we're like, what the fuck is going on? Because, like, neither of us had ever really been to a big city. Like, we'd been to, like, Columbus and, like, Cincinnati.
Oh,
and Ohio,
sure.
But that's not New York.
You live in Columbus. You live in Ohio, and it's like, oh, yeah, let's go to Columbus, I guess. I don't know. I don't know anything about Ohio.
Cincinnati, I think, is the poppin' place around where I live, honestly.
Oh, hell yeah. Cincinnati, get that chili. That's just spaghetti.
It's spaghetti with meat chili on it. Okay. I will defend Skyline for my entire life.
I would like to go to Cincinnati one day and get Skyline chili.
Mm-hmm. I will say this: it's not good chili.
No, it's not. From everything I've seen, it is not good chili.
It is,
but it's good on spaghetti with a shit ton of cheese.
It is passable. It is passable chili with really fucking like good cheese for some reason. Like it's like fresh shredded cheddar and shit, and like. Spaghetti, and then so that's a three-way, right? Is spaghetti and then the meat, chili, and then cheese. That's a three-way, and that's what a lot of people get. And then there's a four-way, where you can add either onions or either onions or beans, I think. Yeah, and then a five-way is both onions and beans.
Sounds pretty good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd fuck that up.
I usually get a four-way with onions because I don't like beans. Not a bean man.
I am a lover of beans.
You'd probably love a five-way. You'd probably nosh on a fucking five-way.
You know what? As many times as I've seen Cincinnati chili, just like as a concept, yeah, I'd fuck that up. With beans? Are you kidding me? I live for beans. I fucking love beans. Yeah. Beans rule.
Yeah. I fucking love Skyline. I don't know. It's like... I think it's genuinely just a universal Ohio thing for some reason. Like, it just is. I have not talked to anyone who doesn't like a good Skyline from time to time. Like, you get yourself, like, 4 conies, a 4-way, you are set for the fucking day, my man. And sure, it is vile food that'll probably make you sick. But goddamn...
That's America, baby.
But goddamn, if it isn't a fucking good, like, vile. Like, that's
the U.S. of goddamn A.
That's what I describe. I describe Kentucky Fried Chicken as wet because it just is like it is damp chicken for some reason.
Do you prefer your KFC creepy or wet?
No, it is genuinely, and so KFC is just vile and disgusting, and it is one of my guilty pleasures for sure.
I
Like,
love it.
oh my god, I love
Their
KFC.
honestly, their chicken sandwich nowadays is on par with Popeyes.
I don't like Popeyes at all.
Really?
I've never had a good meal there.
Huh.
Maybe it's just the one down the street from my house, but like it is. I don't like it. Also, Popeye's fucking biscuits, awful, horrendous. They are fucking dog shit. I don't care what anyone says. They're fucking terrible.
I will say, I the only thing I have ever had at Popeyes is the chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I have never had their like bucket with sides. I've never done that. Anytime anyone's ever like, hey, do you want KFC? It's like, you want KFC when you're going for that. You're not going for Popeyes. You're not going for, I don't know, what's another chicken place?
Lee's famous
Chester's?
recipe. Crispy crunchy chicken. That's in local places, I'm pretty sure.
I was gonna say those sound local as hell.
Crispy
we
crunchy
we have Raising Cane's out here, obviously, which the last time I got it, it wasn't great.
Do you think? I think Raising Cane's is a little overrated, personally.
I think so too. It was very soft. It didn't have the crispiness that I want from a chicken sandwich. And it was more wet than KFC. I will say that. There is so let me preface this statement.
Sure.
Post Malone lives in Utah. As I have declared before.
He just bought a $2 million Magic card, by the way. Anyway, continue.
He did. I can literally show you exactly where he lives. I can dox Post Malone on live on
Wait,
stream.
does he live near you?
Relatively, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could get there in maybe like 10-15 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
And the only reason I know what lot is his is because my boss pointed it out one day, and the LLC, like, to hide his name, the LLC that he used to buy the property under, it's called Wow Cool House LLC. He lives...
Fucking awesome.
He lives at the mouth of Big Cottonwood Canyon, which, like I said, is about maybe 10-15 minutes away from where I'm at. And the Raising Cane's that is just down the street from me is the ugliest fucking building I've ever seen. It's painted like bright pink, and it's got images of his tattoos all over it.
Why?
It is an ugly as fuck building, and I hate it, and I drive past it every time I go to Trader Joe's for groceries.
Huh.
I think I still have a photo of it on my phone. Let me send you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because, Jesus Christ, it is a god-awful building. So yeah, that's like our celebrity here in Utah is fucking Post Malone.
We have Rob Deerdeck. He grew up...
Who?
Like, the guy who did DC Shoes. DC Skating, you know, the skate company.
I think I might have deleted.
Big dude in like just skateboarding and stuff. He made shoes. Shoes is basically the big thing, and he grew up like fucking 5 minutes away from me. Pretty sure he was in my sister's graduating class.
Yeah, I found the photo that I took.
I can't wait.
Let me show you this. This is just from the intersection.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fairly certain the round parts are his nipple.
Oh god. Hold on. I'm gonna show this on stream real quick.
Please do. It's so bad.
Opening this in Okay, so this is it here. Oh my god, Trina!
Trina!
Find a new rival.
Alright, now. Fight a new rival. Hey guys! Welcome back!
Hey everyone! Take a look at the ugliest fucking Raising Cane's in existence.
This is
Post Malone designed it.
From P West.
This is the Raising Cane's down the street from Spader's like house.
Apartment, yeah.
Apartment, house. That's fucking gross.
It's ugly as hell.
What an
Like,
eyesore.
Okay, no. As of a year ago, it was a normal Raising Cane's.
Sure.
Like, genuinely, it was a normal ass Raising Cane's. And then they were like, hey, we're redoing the outside. And then this is what they fucking came up with. Like I said, if you zoom in, like, to the left of his right eye, I'm fairly certain that's his nipple.
Yeah, I saw the nipple thing. It's fucking weird.
It's such a shit. Oh, it's so bad.
What was I gonna say? What was that? Okay, there was a show, maybe someone in chat will know now that we got some people here. Do you guys remember that show that Rob Dyrdek had with his main, like, security guy? It was, like, Big and Rob and Big? Is that what it was? It was, like, on MTV for a really long, for, like, a little while.
It wasn't Big and Rich, that's a country group.
Rob and Big, maybe. I think that's what it is. Anyway, Rob and Big, yes. So Rob Dyrdek grew up in Kettering, where I grew up, and so like there's the Rob Dyrdek skate park that's like down the street from my high school, and actually, where is it? I'm trying to think of where it is. It's down the street from my elementary school. Sorry, my middle school.
I will
as
be
well.
right back.
Okay. And so in one episode of Rob and Big, they come to my fucking hometown because they're visiting his parents. So they're in my hometown. I can like it's so surreal because Kettering is not a fucking big town at all. And so like that's our one claim to fame is Rob motherfucking Dyrdek, who's now on Ridiculousness with a stupid idiot and himself and also another stupid idiot. Is Ridiculousness even still a show? I don't watch TV, so I don't really know. I think that's the worst news I've gotten all day, Jay. It's pretty fucking upsetting. That's all they play now. I used to watch Robin Big occasionally because, you know, for some reason people in my area are obsessed with celebrity. And like, it's for real, this is just 100% true. Rob mentions this in the episode where they come to Kettering. It's like, for some reason they're just all obsessed with like people who are famous. And I couldn't fucking I couldn't care less. But like these local girls are like, so do you know Orlando Bloom? Do you know John Depp? Do you know Channing Tatum? Do you know Michael Scott from The Office? Do you know teenage heartthrob Steve Carell? Do you know teenage heartthrob Anthony Hopkins? My brothers tried to get into Ridiculousness, and all I thought was, these are some crazy clips and injuries. If I could just look up this shit on YouTube and say... Okay. So, before the internet was as big as it is, and this is why I'm very confused as why Ridiculousness is even still a show, is like Tosh.0 I think was the jumping off point for like contemporary internet culture and how it kind of invaded like media culture in a whole, right? Tosh.0 was like the first major show to just introduce like, because Tosh.0 was like Family, like America's Funniest Home Videos, but for the internet. Right? Because it's literally, it's the easiest fucking show in the world to produce. where it's like you find funny clips on the internet and you have Daniel Tosh comedy at them, and then rap, make money, right? But then they went the extra mile and brought some of these fucking internet weirdos on the internet on this television show, and they're like, because it was what was it called? Something Redemption, Internet Redemption, something. And then he went and like found these fucking people in the gutter, like
and just pulled them out of the
sewer. And he's like, "Yeah,
hey there, I'm Daniel Tosh.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roast you on the internet?"
he did a comedy, and yeah. Well, anyway, ridiculousness is like that, but for like the aging skater crowd, because it's Rob Dyrdek. And so it's a lot of like injury videos and shit, because like,
of course,
I mean, CKY and Jackass was capitalizing on the whole...
I was gonna say, yeah, that's like old school, like VH1 MTV shit is just like the skater culture, and like, whoa, this dude did a wipeout, whoa, we don't have the internet, whoa.
Except CKY are still good videos. They have not aged great, but I think some of the stuff, like when Chris Rabb goes through the fucking like grocery store and he just dumps a bunch of shit off the fucking shelves into the ground, like it's just shit that like you want to vicariously do through these guys. And like I think it was so charming because like Bam and all of his friends were like, they were literally just hooligans, like in their city. And
they were hooligans. They weren't criminals.
Yeah. And I think that's why I think Jackass was so charming. But then, you know, I'm not going to get into what's going on with Bam lately, but...
yeah, he's doing some stuff.
I just want the guy to get some help.
He needs some fucking help.
What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, ridiculousness. It's weird. It's a weird show, and I don't like it.
It's not something that was ever on my radar, so...
He had this one woman on that show who every single clip would laugh the most annoying laugh. That's all I remember from that show. Well, let's see if I can find it real quick.
Some chick going...
Ridiculousness... annoying laugh. Chanel West Coast endless laughing. Okay, let's take a listen here. Oh god.
Sounds like you're about to hate it.
It's
Oh.
I turned it off, don't worry guys.
Thank goodness.
Back to City Pop. Back to some relaxing City Pop. Hey, my name's Rob Dyrdek. Welcome to Ridiculousness. On this episode, we're gonna set Chanel West Coast on fire.
Whoa!
Wait, what? Turns out the ratings are getting low, so we're gonna set someone on fire for real. It's Chanel. There was this period of time where I wanted to start skating.
Same.
So
I think it was like when I was in middle school or something.
This was like well into my 20s, believe it or not.
No.
There was this channel on YouTube. Don't look them up now. They're dog shit now. But like Braille skateboarding. They had some funny their fans would send in stuff and they'd put like trucks, like wheel trucks on the fucking bottom of it and try to like do tricks off of these just weird items.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, and so they had like a glass skateboard one time, like actual glass.
Like a pane of glass.
Yes, but it was like shaped like a skateboard.
That's kind of awesome, actually.
And so they try to do an ollie and it just shatters. I mean, of course. but then there's one. I should probably send you videos of this. There is this one where they have like a plexiglass skateboard, so it's like stunt glass, right? So it's not gonna fucking shatter at all.
Yeah.
And so they fucking successfully do a fuck ton of tricks on this, and they play a game of skate, and like there's this freestyle skateboarder who does like a bunch of shit that like is just it's completely wild, and I got into it and I was like, whoa, like this seems pretty fucking cool, and so I was watching it all the time, and then I bought like a fucking Amazon skateboard just to see, and I was like, all right, let's see what this is all about. I immediately
eat shit.
Yeah, I immediately fucking landed right on my ass, and it hurt so fucking bad. Yep. And then I tried to do an ollie, and the fucking shit snapped in half.
Oh,
and
I
was like, oh. So I just threw the thing away. And I remember, because I was working with my dad at the time, I remember my dad the next day was like, yeah, I saw that your skateboard was in the trash can. I was like, yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of hilarious.
I felt like, I think that was the first time ever that I had felt like an old man. Like, trying to do tricks off a fucking skateboard, eating shit, and then just getting frustrated.
You break the board, and then all that's going through your head is, I walk a lonely road, only one I have ever known.
Oh my god, there's this fucking Whitest Kid You Know sketch. I know I have, like, a Whitest Kid You Know sketch for every fucking situation.
Oh, sure. No. I mean, they did have a sketch for many things.
But, like, it's Sam, and he's, like, trying to do a skateboard trick, and he just falls and, like, really hurts himself. He goes, oh, if I did it wrong, because I know if I would have done it right, my nuts and my leg would have stayed the same that they were before. And it's this dude like freaking out in pain, right? And so he gets up, he's like, no, because these two dudes are like, come on, man, like, it's not that bad. He's like, you guys should have told me. You guys should have tried to stop me from doing the trick. And so he gets up and he like throws his skateboard away, and then he gets into like this minivan with a kid inside, and like he drives away, and the kids go, man, I hate Mr. McGillicuddy.
It's very good.
So fucking funny. I still like to this day quote like, what the fuck is a bicycle? That is I still like whenever I get the chance.
A gallon of PCP?
That was a good one too.
I didn't even know they came in that measurement.
Science. I didn't even know they came in liquid form. Science.
That's right, yeah. Science. What are you doing with a gallon of PCP?
Pretty high.
Oh yeah.
That
volcano is pissed.
It is.
I just caught a glimpse of it. I'm like, oh no, that thing is pissed off.
It's an angry boy. Yeah, you get kind of the model of it off in the distance, don't you?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It looks like Mount Doom.
A little bit.
All right, I'm gonna drink some water.
All right, go for it. I'll keep spraying.
Tell the chat a story of you going to. Okay, so I need you to make up a story, right?
Okay. Yep.
You're going to Ann's Fabrics, right?
Okay, I'm going to Ann's or Joann's?
Joann's Fabrics. Sorry.
I'm going to Ann's Fabrics, which is a bootleg Joann's.
Yeah. Okay, and you want a specific
it's a local store.
You want a specific color of yarn.
Okay.
Okay, but they don't have the color of yarn, and they try to sell you a completely different color of yarn. But then you're adamant that there's like closer colors for what you're looking for, but but they call you crazy, and they're adamant that the color that is
Do you
completely
want me
different.
to do this as a sketch or as I'm telling a story?
You're telling a story.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
I'll be
go
right
ahead.
back.
All right. So I was at Ann's the other. It's a local place. It's like Joann's but not quite as big, and very like local. Very like a lot of people are really into them, for their knitting and sewing needs, and so I was planning on knitting a blanket, and I wanted a very specific color for this because this is for a child, and I'm very good at knitting. And so I asked them, "Hey, do you have any fabric in chartreuse? I wanted a chartreuse bolt of cloth," and they were like, "Oh, I'm not. I don't know. We have this here that's mustard." And I was like, "No, you can't give me mustard when I want chartreuse." And the worst part is like, that was just knit. I was looking for fleece. I can't give a knit blanket to a child that's mustard color and not chartreuse. I wanted chartreuse. I wanted chartreuse. I wanted fleece. I didn't mention fleece, but I was mad anyway. And she's like, "Well, we have mustard colored." I was like, What else you got? What else is close? What do you got that's close to chartreuse?" So she brings out a bolt of fleece cloth, that is, she describes it as Chardonnay. And so, like, she's holding it there, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this isn't chartreuse. You've got the right syllable. Chartreuse and Chardonnay have the right starting syllable. But you don't have chartreuse, which is what I want. I want chartreuse. And then she's holding this Chardonnay bolt of cloth at me. And finally I just say, "No! I'm taking my business elsewhere."
Woo!
And then I found $50. I walk outside, there's a $50 bill on the corner. I was like, hell yeah.
That's a good story. I only caught the last few seconds, but I'm sure it'll be great.
You'll have to go back and listen to the VOD. It's good. I'm not usually good at improv, but that worked.
Some say improv is only as good as the prompt.
That's true.
No one says
Yes,
that.
and...
I don't know.
I didn't go to fucking UCB. I don't know.
You could have.
No.
I mean, I'm saying you could have, if you wanted to.
Oh, could it? Oh, I thought you said couldn't. And I was like, yeah, I can't. Expensive.
No, you could have. If you applied yourself, you could have.
Oh wait, no. I'm thinking of. I was thinking of UC Berkeley, but UCB actually stands for Upright Citizens Brigade.
Isn't that a comedy troupe?
Yeah. Out of California.
Mm-hmm.
No, Berkeley would have been a good school for me to go to for geology, in general. But instead, my shithead cousin went to UCB with an undeclared major. I still don't know what the fuck he does. I want to slap him. Like, how do you have... And I know exactly how he has the money to do this, because his fucking parents are rich as shit. But, like, how do you have the money to go to fucking Berkeley and undeclared?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't go to fucking, like, community college not knowing what I wanted to do, you know?
I would go to community college at the very least just to get, the core basics out of the way, but I didn't because I'm stupid and I went right to university.
Yeah. And I didn't.
That's fair. Good call. You're not saddled with debt until you're in the grave.
It's true. I just have, like...
I am.
A little bit of debt. It's not even really that much. My girlfriend everyone, be happy for her. She just applied for a mobile home and got accepted.
Ooh, hell yeah. Double wide, single wide?
It looked like a single. She sent me
Not bad?
pictures. Yeah.
Not bad.
It
Not
doesn't look bad at all. It's
Sweet.
Yeah.
I will say I do like the idea of a double wide, just because, you know, it's relatively cheap compared to a house, and it's a place to live.
Yeah. She's moving. Her move-in date's tomorrow. Oh my goodness.
Oh shit.
And I wish I could go help her, but I am unable to do so.
Oh.
So
I was gonna say, why aren't you helping her? And then, yeah, you're unable. That's fine.
I am quite literally working all the time that she is able for me to help.
Oof.
So that's fun.
Well, good for her. That's fun.
Next time I go over there, though, I'm gonna help her decorate. So
There you go. That's cool.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to
Good.
see.
Yeah, good for her. That's awesome.
Yes. This is a fucking big fucking job. Jesus. How the fuck did I do this one by myself?
It really is. Jesus.
We're not even. We're just past half now.
We just passed half.
So Trina, how was
they-
your stream, by the way? Baldur Gate.
Baldur's Gaze.
Ball gay. It's good. What class are you playing? What class race?
What are
you
you?
playing?
Yeah. What are you? You're making a Githyanki.
You're a gift.
Hey, Trina, since you're in it, since you're playing it, who you fucking?
Stream character is a tiefling necromancer.
That's fun.
If Karlak isn't your choice, you are choosing incorrect. I'm sorry.
Hell yeah! Fuck the Mind Flayer. I kind of want, like, I really want the option to, like, embrace the Mind Flayer abilities and just become a Mind Flayer and just, like, keep myself. I think that would be pretty sweet. But as is, I have made a half-orc paladin. It is an option. Okay, well, guess what? My paladin will not be following that because she is devoted to her oath of protecting people and also an unspoken oath to seduce Shadowheart. Because I am a basic bitch.
Tree, but if we do end up having a game, I'm gonna be a School of Blades bard.
Nice.
Because
Good call. Bards are fun. Like I respect Gale, who is the wizard. I respect him to be a bard, and I'm having a lot more fun with him.
I'm not gonna. I was about to spoil something, but the game's so new that I don't want to spoil anything about him.
That's fair.
But it's,
yeah, I really haven't. The only thing I sort of regret letting Astarion bite me, because I mean,
that's the
this
romance
is-
option, yeah.
well, it's not even romance. It was just like he tried to bite me in the middle of the night, and I was just like, fine.
No,
do it.
I did that too.
just because I'm being diplomatic. It's just like, all right, I need the party to stay together. I already really like having you as an assassin rogue. Fine, just don't turn me into a goddamn vampire, please.
You can't. It's impossible.
Which is very good. But I don't know that technically.
Well, it's D&D lore. Thralls can't turn people.
That's true. I did. So when I've made probably like 7 or 8 different characters before I settled on my paladin. I initially started with characters that I had originally made for Dungeons and Dragons, like playing in a game.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel right because they're not the same kind of character that I envisioned them to be, and like all of the responses, of course, are pre-written, and I can't do all the spell choices and all the skill choices and the personality choices that originally made those characters who they are. So after a few tries of that, I tried a few other character combinations, and then I landed on Paladin, just because I want I initially went into the game I want to play a barbarian with a big fuck off weapon, and I want to hit stuff, and then Paladin is like scratching that itch for me because I can also heal a little bit.
Yeah.
And I decided to just kind of go sword and board, because it's fun and I'm protective, and also I get that little bit of AC bonus. I like being the Paladin at this point.
My first actual D&D character.
Mm-hmm.
This is back in 3rd edition. Back when I was in
3.0 or 3.5?
I think 3.0.
Oh.
Way back in the day.
Shit.
I was a Dragonborn Paladin, and I was trying to spec as the healer of the party, because I didn't know what clerics were at the time, and I'm like, now I almost exclusively play clerics, because I like life domain, and it makes me happy to make people feel good.
Yeah, life domain is good. I respect Shadowheart to be a life domain cleric.
Trickery domain is also very good.
Trickery domain in this game sucks ass.
Yes, but life domain is just besides Path of the Moon Druid, it's the best healer in anything.
And that's exactly why I need her.
Yeah.
Also, she's hot. But yeah. Continue, please.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna use my breath weapon, and I'm I'm a stupid idiot, and I don't know how to play. And now I don't vibe with any of the race choices they have right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait until they add Xanathar's stuff and
yeah, because they're
Volo's
definitely
stuff.
they're definitely gonna add stuff in future DLCs.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the current choices personally, just because personally I'm over tieflings as a concept. It seems like every other person wants to play as a tiefling, which that's fine. Go ahead, play your tiefling. I don't care. I'm personally bored of them.
Yeah.
I'm bored of the Dragonborn, mostly because they are so common and ubiquitous. In 3.5, the Dragonborn solely exist as essentially a secondary race, because you start as one. Say you started as a dwarf, and then in order to become a Dragonborn of Bahamut, you had to undergo a ritual in order to transform into a Dragonborn of Bahamut. You start as whatever race you start as, and you get one trait from that race, and then you transition to a Dragonborn of Bahamut, and you get all the other Dragonborn stuff. Which I was into that as a concept, and then they're just nah, you can just be one.
Yeah.
But the tieflings, they're a cool idea. I love the idea of a tiefling. One of my favorite characters that I made was the most basic choice of a tiefling warlock, who unfortunately died in a fight against stone giants. And that's, and there's a lot of people that really like tieflings, and I have no beef with that. I'm just so sick of seeing them be half the options that people play out.
I feel you.
It's a little oversaturated.
Right now in Baldur's Gate, I'm playing a drow, dual weapon fighter, so I'm Driz,
Nice.
essentially.
Nice. You want to play as Driz? I was also that's kind of also the same thing I had with Drow, but that's another.
I don't mind. Like I like to play homebrew races because races are the easiest thing in the world to homebrew. There is not much
Yes.
to them. You might get a few racial things here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty like character creation and that's it.
Yeah,
And-
it's there's nothing game breaking about choosing a human over a dragonborn, over a dwarf,
Yeah.
over a gnome.
It's your
It's
classes
just how you
that
wanna
are-
play,
Yeah.
yeah.
So one of my favorite characters I ever played was a skeleton cleric. And skeletons are counted as like undead and like
Mindless.
but like we had it in a way where I was a resurrected servant of Palor, and I was brought back from my death to continue like sending the undead to hell essentially. And like I thought it was a really cool and funny dichotomy of like
Yeah, that's fun.
I am technically a holy construct, but like also I'm just a skeleton.
Yeah.
And he was so fucking cool, and he almost got a TPK actually.
Damn.
So he left the party, essentially. Like he walked away because he's like, what am I doing? What am I trying to accomplish? Like I almost just got these people who have been nothing but kind to me killed. Like I need to reassess. I need to do something, and that was the last time I played as him, and it sucked.
Yeah.
But like I want to bring him back. I want to play a campaign with somebody at some point. Maybe when I'm done with my campaign, I'll let someone else DM. And
Yeah, I would definitely be into that. There is, so you can also play as a skeleton in Pathfinder, and
is it an official race?
Yes, in Pathfinder 2e.
Oh,
The way that, so I listen to a lot of what the Glass Cannon podcast does, Glass Cannon Network, and they're kind of wrapping it up now, but they recently started like a what they call side quest side sesh, where it's just like a Pathfinder. What's it called? The little side quests that you can do as part of a Pathfinder Society. That's one of those. It's one of those scenarios. And one of the guys played a skeleton named Champ Kindly, who had been in a dungeon for 100 years after gaining like sentience, essentially. And it was just him and like two other mindless skeletons. And so he had never seen the outside world. He didn't remember what his past life was. But it was just really funny. There is... I remember there was... I'm fairly certain this was like third party. But there was a D&D race called the Eleti that I found once in a book that are skeletons. Which I kind of incorporated into some of my world building, just because it's kind of fun to have an entire race of skeletons running a society.
pretty tricky. Yeah. I'm introducing some old player characters into my game.
Nice.
I think since they're both revealed now, I can talk a little about Kenley and Grenly. So for those of you who watched the stream 2 weeks ago, or for those of you who didn't, I suppose, our party got. Well, I'm gonna do a recap Saturday, but the party got teleported to this new realm, right? And they didn't know who each other were. They didn't know where each other were from. They didn't know what this new world was. But they know that they can't really go home yet. and no one is really super clear on like why or if it's even possible. But they met this dwarf who runs a tavern, and his name is Grenly. Grenly is a dwarf rogue with no beard, who is really bad at finding traps, and that was my friend CJ's player.
Nice.
In this game we were playing, and so the party through misadventures has to flee this fucking city, and so they end up at the main city in this world.
They have to flee to next location.
Yeah. Yes. Unfortunately, it wasn't written crazy well, but it you know, it was fine. It did its job. So basically, the tavern keep for this first town was Grenly, and then he goes to his brother, who's a tavern keeper in the slums of this major city. And his brother's name is Kenley, who is a cleric barbarian dwarf.
Nice.
Who just beats the fuck out of them when they get there. And that was the character I was playing. I think I was like I think by the time we stopped playing, I was a 3 cleric, 3 barbarian.
Wow.
And holy shit, it was so much fun. When you run out of spell slots, just rage.
Yep.
And what's your, you know what? This is an interesting question, Spader. What's your favorite multi-class combination?
I will open by saying I agree 100% with Trina. I wish we could play as goblins.
I want to fuck a goblin. Thank you.
I was just gonna say I want to play as a goblin.
No.
I've made a couple. Yeah. I have made a couple of characters that were goblin or hobgoblin. I love the hobgoblins as an idea. Mm-hmm. They're very good.
I want to play as a bugbear, to be honest.
I have played as a hobgoblin once, and it was very fun.
Are bugbears
kind of ruled.
Unearthed Arcana, or are they? This is that Xanathar's
Volos.
Guide to Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Yep, that's Volos.
I see.
My personal take is that I hate multi-classing.
Okay.
And that is because I like you can finagle the system to where 2 classes at half the level of a normal 1 class. Mm-hmm. You can finagle that to be something really good. I'm not creative enough to do that, and I'm not creative enough to see those kinds of combinations. So I am of the mind that I am only ever going to play a single class, and I am perfectly fine with that. I love that because they provide so many different subclasses that you can play effectively as another class if you wanted to. You can play as a wizard, as a druid.
Yeah.
Like the Spore Druid, I loved the Spore Druid so much. It's just a necromancer wizard with an extra little aura thing.
Yeah,
I played as one for years.
There's a bunch of storm clerics are just elemental wizards.
Yep. It's all it all just breaks down into are you a wizard? Are you a healer? Are you a fighter? Are you a sneak?
Yeah.
That's what it breaks down to, and that's what the subclasses do, is they, the main class itself has its own niche that it fills, mm-hmm. But then the subclasses further define it and push it into the niche of another class.
Sure.
Also, Eldritch Knight sucks.
It does.
Eldritch Knight is bad.
I have not... I knew someone who took it, and it didn't work out.
Nope. I played as an Eldritch Knight. I was bored as hell. Because it really just boils back down to, I have this one spell, I can waste an action casting True Strike and then move in. Or I can just move in and swing anyway.
Yeah.
Or I can cast Shield, whatever.
Yeah, it's the spell list for Eldritch Knight is not great, is it?
It's bad.
Just
like
play a fucking
an
warlock. Just fucking play a warlock if you want to do that.
But like as an idea, like have a fighter having abjuration spells is a great idea because you're adding a layer of defense to an offensive class, which is great. I'm into that idea. The execution of it sucks.
Mm-hmm. I think it mostly comes down to the spell list and how there's like nothing that, like, okay, if there was a feat or like a class feature that let you cast a spell and melee attack on the same turn,
yes,
that would make Eldritch Knight absolutely like one of the best subclasses for fighter.
I mean, not even a spell, just a cantrip.
Yeah.
Like if you could move in, bonus action cast True Strike, and then swing, that's awesome. If you could move in, swing, bonus action cast Shield, great, cool. That's even better. But like as is, it's like I cast True Strike. That's my turn. And then you have like 2 spell slots for the longest time, and then it's just like, all right, I move up, I swing.
Yeah, I think
and I swing.
Battlemaster's the way to go most of the time.
Yes.
Samurai if you want to go finesse weapons.
Yeah, Samurai if you want the flavor of it, but
yeah.
Otherwise Battlemaster, honestly, like
cavalryman isn't bad if you have access to a horse.
The champion is kind of fun too. Where like obviously you're not getting you're not critting every roll, but you have a lot of more opportunities to critical hit, and I do like that. I do like, you have more of an opportunity to crit, and it also enhances your crit when you do it.
I would still prefer superiority dice over that.
Oh,
like
100%. I will absolutely take the superiority dice over the champion.
I will. I don't think I'd ever take champion. It's like I get it. I wish it was a feat. Like I really don't think it works as a subclass.
I mean, you just have it as a like in 3.5 they had a feat for that. It was called improved critical.
Yeah.
And it increased your range, or you could have a keen magic weapon, which just increased your crit range.
Yeah, keen is a default like magic item feature where it lowers your crit number. And that's great. It's wonderful. Just give your fucking players that. Tell them, hey, don't choose champion. It's fucking not worth it. You're missing out on maneuvers, which are one of the most fun things a fucking fighter can do.
The maneuvers rule. Like, they're as close as you're going to get to what 4th edition tried to do with a warlord.
Variant human fighter. Great weapon fighting. Battlemaster.
Yeah, just do it. It's fun. Have a giant greatsword. Swing it at your enemies and tell your friends to hit them too. It's fun.
What's the most fucking plain white bread class race combination you can think of?
I mean, human fighter.
A non-variant human fighter.
Yeah. Well, I don't even play variant humans. Just because like I don't know, like human as it is in D&D is fine. The variant just gives you an extra feat, and it's just like I don't know if I don't need to gild the lily that much. I've got enough going on.
Bruh, taking lucky at first level though.
I refuse. Just because it's I don't know. I have the perspective of a DM. I hate lucky as a DM.
Dude,
mostly because
think
people
Lucky's
don't
great.
forget. Mostly because people forget about that they have it until it's like actually useful.
Yeah. Where you're like, please, I just rolled a crit. Please, like. Nah, I get you. When you get to that 8th level slog, and you're like, okay, now I'm trying to score TPKs.
Yeah, like I have thrown dragons at a party, and they metagame it so that they kill it in basically 1.5 rounds. It's like, All right. Well, it was fun throwing a dragon at you. Anyway, here's your treasure.
Okay. So this is something I didn't end up doing, so I could talk about it. I was gonna throw like a cave full of hook horrors at my party this next session. That didn't end up happening, and you guys will see Saturday what I ended up doing. I think it's a lot fucking funnier what I chose. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, they're pretty high CR, and like I'm not at the point yet where I'm genuinely trying to kill them, because we just started, and I don't want to kill them. Like, especially they're just starting at level 5. Like it's not that, it's not that bad.
I also contend. Sorry to interrupt. I also contend that challenge rating in 5th edition is bullshit.
It is bullshit. To be fair, it's 100% bullshit. But
it is a suggestion more so than a hard and fast rule. Like, I threw a group of, I want to say level 6 or 7, maybe 5, like mid-early level characters. I threw them against a shambling mound and a roper just to prove a point that CR is bullshit. Only one character died, and that was because I had to keep hitting him because of shambling mound.
Yeah.
Like, the way that shambling mound works, it's like if you hit twice, you just swallow the character, and then they're taking damage that way. And I hit this character twice. He would have been fine if I didn't hit him twice, and then he died. It was fine because that particular player was planning on leaving anyway. I did not plan on killing him, but he was the one that got killed, so it worked.
I can talk about this too, because I don't think I'm ever going to run this campaign again. I would rewrite it if I did it again. During my Snakes and Saloons stream, the final boss of that one shot is a Wendigo, and it's not very well written because I didn't really know how to half write a story yet. Like, when you're DMing, when you're writing a story, do not overwrite, because that is a death sentence, and your party will find a way to get out of it. They are going to find a way to get out of it. They're going to think about shit.
No matter what you do.
They're going to think about shit that you haven't thought about, and they are going to finagle it out. Okay.
You are even going to try and say this player is probably going to do this. This player is probably going to do that. You cannot predict that.
No. So I had it written in a way where, they were going to fight a Wendigo. And the Wendigo stat block was immunities to, most non-magical, damages.
Yeah.
We had one caster. And I was like, I am not going to throw them, because they didn't have any magic items either. I'm not going to throw them into this fight. So I took it down to resistance. They were taking half damage from all this shit, which I feel like that's fucking safe to do most of the time. The final boss for the campaign that I'm running right now, I'm not pulling punches with.
Fuck yeah! Do not pull punches anymore. No more punches.
I'm hoping.
No more pulled.
I'm hoping that they're ready for it, and I hope none of them are watching right now, because I don't want them to know that I have a loaded gun under my desk.
You just have a fucking Glock aimed at their head.
Talk about what happened to that Wendigo. Spader, did you hear this story ever?
I don't remember if I did.
Okay, so the stream players were Trina, Vid, Crystal, and Tyler A. It was a pretty good group. We had a lot of fun with it. A lot of fun moments. One of my favorite stream moments ever came out of that, where Crystal was playing a drunk cactus man, and Trina was playing a mind slug, essentially.
Of course.
You could just hop between bodies.
Duh. That sounds very Trina.
Duh. Anyway, so Trina's playing this like mind slug that can hop in between bodies. So we are in the middle of this fucking fight with this Wendigo, and Trina is like on death's door, and Trina goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna eject the slug into the Wendigo's mouth," and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
You didn't plan for that.
I most certainly did not. You know what? It's funny that you say that, because when we get into the fight and I'm like starting to like actually do damage to them, and like there's like panic in their voices a little bit, and I'm like, yes, like, I thought to myself when Trina was starting to take a lot of damage, I was like, she's gonna eject her slug into that fucking Wendigo, and I'm not going to be able to roll the save, am I? And I didn't roll the save, and Trina took control of the Wendigo, and that was the end of the camp. Like, the campaign ended. Like, I didn't have anything after that. No, I don't know. It was really smart use of character. Like,
that is a very smart use of character. That would have earned inspiration.
Yes, it would have. You were planning that since you made the character. You didn't know what the fucking boss was gonna be.
I don't think it mattered what the final boss would have been. They would have done it anyway.
What if it was just a bunch of bandits, huh?
They would have figured out one of them who was like slightly more powerful than the others and been like, I'm gonna do that!
That is
because that's how Trina
like.
sounds.
That is what Trina sounds like.
That's what they sound like.
They sound like...
I'm Trina, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna take over the boss, blah, 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 blah.
You're not being bullied.
You're being bullied with love.
Yeah.
You little shit.
Fucking shit.
You crazy, you little scamp.
Get out of here, you fucker. No, don't leave. We love you. Tried to get Gemma on stream tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she never got back to me.
Oh.
Gemma's one of those people who it's like, I just like having on every once in a while.
Yeah.
She's fun to talk to. She has horrible brain rot, and it's really funny. Trina too. I'm always glad when Trina jumps in voice.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There are people who I genuinely I think work better with than other people, and it's like Crystal and you and CJ and Trina and Gemma and Cam, if I could ever get her back on. And
I was gonna say it's been a minute since we've heard from Cam.
Cam's busy all the time.
Yeah, I figured.
Living her life.
Living her life in Australia.
In Australia.
Adelaide. She's in Adelaide, right?
Pretty sure.
I think so. Perth. Melbourne.
She's also like 4'1", so
she's tiny.
Very extremely. Her and I share the same birthday.
Oh.
So I message her every year. I'm like, happy birthday.
Well, look at that. That's.
Are we fucking almost done with this?
We're 80%. I'm working on the top.
Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'll get this side. Or
You know, I need some water. I'll be right back.
All right. Wow! Jason, 3 whole years. Look at you getting that 3-year subscriber button. Look at you. Oh, that's the 5-year. Look at that. It's negative colors. Look at that shit. It is mind-boggling. Right, that we've gotten to that long. Where I've had the subscribe button. Like, that's fucking crazy. I have been subbed to my channel for 74 months. Like, holy fuck. That's a long fucking time. Like, I just don't even know what to say about that. Like, it's so crazy to me. Like, the sheer amount of like, work and time I've put into this fucking mess of a channel. Like, it is something. It is certainly something. I want to finish this before we end stream. I think. Okay, this video is about to end. We're gonna find something else here. How long is this playlist? 16 videos. Try to find some music real quick. Hold on. DMCA free stream playlist. 70 videos. No copyright music in Dreamland. That is 3 minutes long. I need something long. Okay. You know what? Damn it. Family Guy analog horror.
Did you see the Family Guy AI script stream?
No.
It goes about as well as you would expect an AI generated like script thing to go. It's kind of funny sometimes. Mostly it's missed. Especially when the people watch, like, because the people watching are what submit the prompts for the AI to parse, and a lot of the times it's just like, tell Chris to say this, and it's like, stop.
Yeah.
Be funny, be funny. I know that's a lot to ask of Chen Z at this point, but.
That, you've never sounded older than you just did just now.
No, I haven't. The goddamn kids these days, they just don't know.
They don't know about what?
They just don't know, man.
About what?
They just don't fucking know.
What we had to go through.
We had to go through shit.
With our
if we wanted weird shit, we had to come up with it ourselves.
We had to
we
go
have
through
AI to come up.
It was dial-up internet.
Comedy. Yeah.
The yeah. Welcome. You'd be lucky if you found a picture of Nami with her titties out.
And if it loaded in less than a minute.
Speaking of Nami and her titties, I started watching One Piece. I don't know if
I was gonna say that's a One Piece, right?
Yes. I started watching.
She's clearly not wearing a one piece, am I right?
You're right.
That's a two-piece bathing suit.
It certainly is. For those of you who watch, I've made it to Drum Island, and
cool.
I'm watching this. If anyone's ever interested in watching, like, or starting fresh, there is a site called One Pace, where it's basically a team of 50 people who are taking the Japanese dub of the anime and cutting it down to a nice, palatable, succinct like amount of episodes. So to watch the entire anime front to back, like now, takes like 17 days of straight watching.
Fuck that.
One Piece cuts down to 7 days.
Oh.
And you get
How manageable.
You get more or less the same experience.
Oh, so they like cut out the bottle episodes.
They cut out a lot. They cut out all the filler. They cut out all the flashbacks, rehashes. They cut out the commercial break like bumpers. They tweak action scenes so they're a lot like more like faster.
Damn.
They
That's dedication.
They place full flashback episodes where they are canonically, which I like a lot.
That's kind of neat, yeah.
So yeah, I really like it. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I do, but like I'm hooked, I think. And it's very good. Like it scratches the itch of like, yo ho ho, he took a bite of gum gum, that kind of shit, you know.
God, I just remember people being into One Piece when I was in high school.
Hang on. Speaking of yo ho ho, hold on one sec. Let me just play the intro song real quick.
Careful.
You know what? I don't care if this part gets muted. We're playing it. One Piece English opening. Okay. We got who was Seto Kaiba? Cause he did a fuck ton of work for 4Kids.
I'm a powerful pirate now. I've given up the life of children's card games.
Eric Stewart. Eric Stewart does the opening
that dude's
narration.
done a lot.
He has.
There once was a man named Gold Roger.
So that's Eric Stewart, right? And he does. If you watch a show called Fighting Foodons, which 4Kids did the English dub for, he's everywhere in that fucking show. He put in fucking overtime for that show. I think he was one of the major like voice producers and shit. He does a lot of work. But we're gonna skip his intro, unfortunately, because I just want to get to ya-yo. Okay. The Japanese intro song is so like a million fucking times better, and I'll play that after this. But
Don't give it up now, man.
don't give it up.
Here's how the story goes. We find out about a treasure in the Grand Line. There's no doubt. The pirate whose eye is on it, he'll sing. I'll be king of the pirates. I'm gonna be king.
His name is Luffy.
That's Monkey D. Luffy.
King of the pirates.
He's made a rubber. How did that happen? Yo ho ho, he took a bite of gum gum. So bad, dude.
So bad.
Just like a samurai and a L-A-D-Y. Nami's not shy.
I love how they say an L-A-D-Y, Nami's not shy. That completely, like, it's so reductive of a line. Like,
I mean, yeah.
She is an expert meteorologist.
But she's not shy.
An expert navigator.
She's a girl.
Can tell, like, she's a cartographer. Like, she's
Girl.
incredibly talented at, like, navigation and ship sailing. But woman.
Girl.
Usopp's doing that marksman thing.
Usopp's doing that marksman thing.
Sanji's cooking. Chopper's doctoring.
Sanji's cooking. Chopper's doctoring. Now, I don't really know what they were going for with it. Genuinely, have no fucking idea. Because it doesn't fit the theme of the show at all. Like, it is so... It is so blatantly... Yeah, it is baffling how bad it is. But then you have, like, the Japanese opening. And I am going to play it. because it's awesome. Like, it perfectly encapsulates the feeling of adventure that the show provides.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a really cool rap.
No. So I'm just get to the actual song part here, because like it's what is wrong with that? It doesn't make any like. Oh my god, 4Kids did such a shitty job of like
anything.
Yeah, it was. It pisses me off so bad, like because
I mean, I just remember when 4Kids was like the butt of the joke.
Because they edited out guns, and
Yeah.
and the infamous one is like when Bandit Keith has a gun to Maximilian Pegasus' head in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
He's just pointing. Or like when Kaiba breaks into his fucking own house because Pegasus sent a bunch of goons there. He breaks in and then they come in. Pegasus wants to speak to you, and they're just pointing at him. But like,
kids can't know about those things.
they're not allowed to know about what Japan is. Then,
Yeah.
okay, so
It's
okay.
America.
One more example, and then we'll get back to rice balls, right? Jelly
Yes.
donuts.
Jelly donuts. Thanks, Brock.
Okay, so here's another example, right? I know a lot of you probably know about the Pokemon intro. Has anyone here listened to the Japanese intro to Pokemon?
I cannot say that I have.
You're okay. I was so
I will unmute the stream.
I was so impressed when I first heard this. Okay,
Uh-huh. That's very different. And this is the original Pokemon, right? Huh. Is it the same intro cinematic, or is it like completely different in Japan?
here's something that's really fucking weird that I found out. Right, so
I gotta mute the stream.
not only
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
right did 4Kids fuck up like intro songs and shit, they fucked
Uh-huh.
up intro cinematics like a lot. They did that a lot, where they
Yeah.
will take. I don't know why. The Japanese versions of anime, especially during this time period, was they would make a cinematic. They would make an animatic from scratch. Like it'd be no reused footage from anything. Maybe sometimes like little snippets, but for the most part, it was like to the music. Like it was really, really important to get the visuals mixed with the music well, because you are introing your show and you want to put your best foot forward. You don't want to spoil anything. You don't want to have like you are not building.
You're trying to draw in an audience,
and so
not repel them.
Yeah, and so drawing in an audience for 4Kids and like companies like that was
Ideally, you're going
like,
for children.
Yeah, essentially showing scenes from the episodes that you bought in bulk, right?
Yeah.
And cutting them up and taking snippets from intro cinematics and putting that in there, but like mangling it horribly.
Yeah. No, like they are completely divorced of context and just out of order, out of place, and it's like, why did you put this there?
I would show this on stream. I would, but I think I'd genuinely get in trouble for it.
Yes.
Just playing the songs like without any visuals, I think that's okay probably, but like I would show the intro to the Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh! If I could. Because it is so crazy that they took Yu-Gi-Oh! They took that shit, right? They made that shit out of, like, a really fucking kickin' intro. And, like...
Yeah.
I don't understand the reasoning behind it. It must have been an executive decision. Like, it must have been a decision from, like... Okay, Fox execs are thinking, like, okay, how...
We gotta market to kids. We gotta be cool.
This Pokemon shit is blowing up in Japan. It's blowing up here. We need to capitalize on it, right? They made an animation in Japan, right? They made, and so we are going to get it. We are going to overdub the language with English, and we're going to make it our own show. Essentially. Flaps. And yes, do they hit the same beats as the show? Sure, but like they make very strange decisions. Like they made a whole new OST. Okay, to be fair, the To Be a Master soundtrack is fucking rad.
The To Be a Master. I had that CD when I was a kid.
Me too.
That shit. That shit slapped. Other than I would argue, other than the one where he has to say goodbye to Pikachu, that one was just a bummer. In the album, but
my game is crashing.
Oh, is it?
Wait, there it goes. Whew.
I was gonna say mine's fine.
But yeah, it's a strange when you really look into it. Like it's a very strange habit. Because, like, I've been watching the One Piece Japanese dub, and it's a lot easier to stomach than when I was younger and trying to watch the English dub, because Sanji's voice isn't fucking annoying. Hey, this is Sanji. This is the voice they decided to go with for the person that's... It's like, why? He just sounds like a normal dude. He sounds like a really chill, like barista in the Japanese dub.
Hey there, man. Can I get you a latte?
No, he sounded like he had a stuffed nose.
Hey there, man. Could I get you a latte?
Yeah, I'm gonna make you some rice. And
I'm gonna get you an espresso. Here you go.
I feel like you're making fun of me, and I don't know why.
No, I'm not. That's the voice you said he had.
It is. I don't know.
Bullshit.
We have fun.
We have fun around.
But, like, okay, the last example I'll give. And this one, it was done by Funimation and not 4Kids. Which
not necessarily as notorious, but still made some questionable
Funimation did the same shit, though. Yeah. Like, they rescored Dragon Ball Z. Not many fucking companies do that.
Yeah,
they
that's a level of
Show.
dedication. That's a level of dedication that they did not need to get to.
And... You know, Dragon, Rock the Dragon,
Dragon Ball
if I remember correctly, the intro is, like, fairly untouched when it comes to, like, putting in extra footage. They just rescored everything. But, like, Cha-la! I think the original Japanese score encapsulates the feeling of the show more. Like, it's this adventure, it's this you know, journey to become stronger, and like
they've got the vibes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm no expert on like emotion and like
marketing.
Bringing emotion. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it made sense at the time for Fox to do that.
I mean, at the same time, they're like, we have not just to children. They're like, we have to appeal to American children.
Yeah.
And hey, what do American children like? G.I. Joes, Barbies, My Little Pony, and they were all like 10 years back, and it's like, and even then, they still managed to get it.
Maybe that's true.
Because that's the thing is like they're not just marketing to kids; they're marketing to kids in America.
I love Bandit Keith.
I love Bandit Keith.
Yeah. But like that doesn't. That makes even less sense though, because like, why'd they cut the fucking guns out if they're marketing towards American kids?
Because they can't have guns, but they can have action and gun and explosions, but no guns.
Bandit
Like,
Keith gets thrown out of a fucking building.
yeah, it's fine.
And he goes, I'm okay, like shit like that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Then why is he a
when-
zombie in the next arc? It doesn't make any fucking sense, does it?
I don't know. Clearly, he's not fine. It's also kind of you have to remember what America was going through at the time those series were big. And one of those things was the Columbine shooting.
Oh,
So
that's true.
one of the reasons why they're like, we can have no guns, ever, no guns in kids shows, was because they thought that TV and video games and music was what was making children, well, I won't say they thought, they put that idea to the world that it was mass media with guns in it that was making kids do shoots, which it's like, no, we've had guns in media forever, and weapons in media forever. It's fine, but they insisted, and that's why, I think it was like a year or two ago, Walmart made the decision to pull all like video game displays in their stores because there was another push for video games make kids do shoots.
Great.
So that is one reason why so many of those intros and so many of those like kids shows, quote unquote, don't have any guns in them. In the American versions of them was because we were going through that at the time, and it would have been extraordinarily jarring to see a child with a gun on a TV show that is made for kids.
Fair point.
Because Columbine happened in
96,
96,
96,
I believe.
97, yeah.
I believe it was the late 90s, and that's about the same time that like Pokemon started coming out, Dragon Ball Z started getting big out here, I think.
99. That's for super late.
All right. Yeah, regardless, the same rough period. I think Yu-Gi-Oh started in like 2001-ish, 2002, 2001. Yeah, so it makes sense why they like. It makes sense why they aren't gonna have a.
When you put it that way, yeah, like it makes sense.
And even in like 97, 98, when Pokemon was just starting out, we obviously hadn't had Columbine at that point, but there was still this. There was still like a sensibility of we cannot show children adult things like guns.
No, Pokemon was definitely like, okay. I wanna.
There was an episode that did have the bad guys pointing guns at Ash, and it was because he wanted the Dratini.
Okay. I need to explain this
Which
a little bit.
that one's a little extreme, pointing a gun at a child. That one I can argue for.
There's different tiers of anime in Japan. You have really young kids, young teens.
What's that round like earless cat thing? I forgot what that thing's called.
Oh, Doraemon.
Doraemon, yeah, you got Doraemon, you got kid shit.
Yeah, and then there's like a little bit older kids, like going into like maybe
your
early
shoujos,
20s.
your shonens,
and then there's the adult shit, like your
elfen lead,
yeah,
your berserk.
And so I think it was probably this that made it kind of, because Yu-Gi-Oh's a shonen, like it's meant
Yes.
for older kid. It's meant for older
Yeah.
boys.
Older boys, yeah. It's a shonen. It's a shonen. It was a shonen Jump, was it not?
Yes, it was in Shonen Jump. Pretty sure. It was meant for a slightly older audience than it was marketed to in America. So like you have this sort of disconnect where it's like, okay, well, we're showing this to like. I don't know, like the target audience.
But it's a
is probably
cartoon.
Like 7, 8.
Yeah, the thing is, like, the American studio execs look at it and go, "Oh, this is a cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, this is for children. It's a cartoon. Cartoons are made for children because we are Americans, and that's what we do. We make cartoons for children. Do you remember Bugs Bunny? Watch them again after 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Watch more Bugs Bunny.
Those are adult cartoons, my mans.
No, it's not. That's cartoons are for children. They're animated. They're for children.
No, of course
And
not.
so that's one of the big things that those studio execs was going in with was cartoon equals child.
Yeah. So you get. I find the gun censorship in Zatch Bell funny. They just made all guns look like radioactive green. Barrel Dragon in fucking Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yup.
Hold on. I need to
Yeah,
find
pull up a
this.
picture of that shit. What's up, Barrel Dragon? I feel like I definitely watched a little bit of Zatch Bell, but it never really stuck with me. What was Zatch Bell again?
Zatch Bell. It was It's
The
like
name is obviously
these
familiar.
little dolls that had books that you could cast magic out of.
Okay. Was the main character like dark-haired with big glasses and he was very small, like a Dexter?
No.
Okay.
The main character was a little boy with a little dress on, and he had yellow hair and shot lightning out of his mouth.
Okay.
That's
I'm thinking
Zatch.
of a different thing, obviously.
And then his handler, kind of, like his partner. They're called partners. It's the person who can read the book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a doll. It's a little blonde doll.
Yeah.
He does the lightning thing. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, his partner was just generic anime boy, and I'm trying to find a side by side of this censorship, and it's really fucking hard. So
Okay.
here
Oh,
we go,
yeah,
here we
now
go.
I remember. Oh, okay, yeah, Zatch Bell. Now
So-
I remember that.
So we have this one. If I could find it here.
Yeah, Barrel Dragon.
So
Oh,
we
yeah.
this is the card art, which I think the American card art is okay. I think it's pretty good. The Japanese card art is way fucking better, and oh shit. No,
Titties.
don't show that. No. Oh yeah.
Don't
that's
show-
Bandit
don't
Keith
show
with
the-
gun. Yeah. Yeah, like you can't show that at all.
Nope. Oh, bikini. Oh, that's bad. Why is her head so huge? Her head is so small, but her hair is so huge.
Fucking Parasite. Got
That
really
one.
fucking
That one
censored.
I can understand. That's a little disturbing.
So Barrel Dragon was just 6 shooters.
It's just guns.
Yeah, and so if I go back here, this is the Japanese version. Oh, here we go. I found the side by side finally. Okay. So you have this, which is fucking awesome, by the way. Like it is pretty fucking cool.
It's just a gun.
Like the design's pretty rad, and like I don't think this would be that bad. I genuinely don't think it'd be that bad.
They're abstract enough where
Yeah.
a child is not going to be like,
Oh boy, my daddy has those.
Those just look
something like
like
that.
machine parts. Like they just look like robo parts.
They kinda look like
and
machine
Barrel
parts.
Dragon's just part of Band Keith's machine.
but then in
Head,
the
whatever.
animation it does a shoot gun.
Yeah, but this is for kids at it.
It looks like dog shit.
It's so fucking bad.
But like, if they had done something like that, where that was the original thing and it was like laser cannons,
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be a little bit more censor acceptable.
I don't know. The card art censorship is okay at the very least,
Yeah.
but like the fucking anime edit is so like
It's
horrendously
dog shit.
bad.
It's dog shit when you actually look into it and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, my childhood was bad, actually.
Well, yeah. Like I said, because like Magic the Gathering, that's an American. Wizards of the Coast is an American company, and they don't give a fuck
Yes.
about like that kind of shit. Because like they'll just put out whatever the standards are here, and then they release the same card art basically everywhere. There are some censorship issues in some places in the world that I've read up on. Like
China.
I'm actually really interested in that kind of thing. Like editing shit for different countries and their sensibilities and stuff. I find that fascinating. That companies have to like jump through hoops like that.
Yeah.
Like when you look at it's on the same lines as like looking at different like movie posters in different parts of the world and how different they are, and like, especially Japan. Japan's movie posters are fucking awesome.
They're very good.
But yeah, I find censorship really interesting. Just the lengths some people go through. Not censorship. I'm not saying censorship's cool because I don't think it is.
Oh,
but,
you heard it here first, folks. Russ thinks censorship is based.
But I find it fascinating what companies have to do with censorship.
Yeah.
More than anything, and man, looking at like especially Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I think Yu-Gi-Oh is the best example because it's a Japanese game that got, it's being marketed to a different audience here in America than it was in Japan. So you have like a ton of censorship in there.
Yeah.
Barrel Dragon being the big one, and also pointing finger instead of gun.
Yeah.
Make
I
Yu-Gi-Oh.
did, like, when I was a kid, I was definitely very much into that. I was very much into Yu-Gi-Oh! I actually really wanted to get into the card game when I was a kid. I didn't have friends who also wanted to do that. And I didn't realize that you could just go places and do that
You
until... yeah. Until I did have a friend who was like lived in my neighborhood, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to go to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament?" And I was like, "Yeah," and I was bad at it, but I had a decent time. There was a guy there who insisted on shuffling his own deck because he didn't want anyone else bending his cards, because it was one of those where like your opponent shuffles your deck for you, so
Yeah.
you know
you
maintain
cannot
fairness.
do that anymore.
No, like there was a hard and fast rule at this place that you don't do that, but this dude was persistent enough where the judge was just like, "Fine, yeah, just do it." And wouldn't you know it, what's the first 5 cards he draws?
Exodia,
Yup.
fucking cheater.
Uh-huh. He was kicked out.
Of course. Good.
He didn't flip a table, but it would have been very funny if he did. Probably because it was one of those like really long like bench tables, and if he did that, he would have fucked up like half a dozen other games. Whether or not he had that sensibility about him, I will never know, but
I can't imagine myself going out and doing tournaments anymore. Like that.
not
shit
anymore.
I just want to play Commander in the fucking sanctity of my own home. Thank you.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to, find someone local and join like a board game night or something like that, but I just don't play card games.
Yeah. Me and my girlfriend went to a card game shop at a mall a few weeks ago, and it's the Evergreen Mall in Cincinnati. There's this really little card shop.
Did you get a Skyline chili?
I got a Gundam.
Damn.
But
Damn.
damn, Daniel, we're back at it again, aren't you, Daniel?
Back at it again with the white vans.
We sorry, we went to this place and I was looking to sell a few cards that I got like for free. There's I have a few. They're right here actually. I have a few Magic cards that are like, some of these might be worth something. Not unsummoned, but like some of these might be worth something, they're in decent enough condition. I have them all sleeved here, and I do
Yeah.
want to go and like trade them in for credit and be like, hey, I want like a set or something, or here's a few cards I want. Like, do you do trade-ins and shit? And so we went and I didn't have a deck in mind,
Uh-huh.
so I felt like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
First of all, but secondly, on our way back, because I didn't end up trading them in, obviously, because I still have them.
Right.
I was like, I felt awkward. I didn't have
The
anything in
vibes
mind.
were off.
I didn't want to go up there and be like, yeah.
You don't want to haggle.
Can I do a trade in? And be like, okay, what do you need? I'm like, well, I'm not really building a deck right now, and feel like a fucking idiot, right? So I told her, I was like, next time we come, I'll have a deck list ready and like, I'll be a little bit more prepared. Anyway, I was telling her a story about the first fucking time I ever went into a card shop, right? I've been playing Magic for like 20 years, and so
Sure.
the first time I ever went to a card shop, I was looking for a very, very specific card. It was Vampiric Dragon. It's a red-black. It was the heart and soul of my red-black dragons deck for a really long time. I need to find that deck also and break it down and get the cards out. But I had it and I was really happy with it, and I had it in my hand. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this, because it was me and my friend over there, and this guy comes up to us. He's like, hey, you guys know about squirrels?
What?
And we were like, what? He's like, yeah, I got a squirrel deck. Like on a good hand, like I could get out like 5 squirrels in first turn and just overrun you with squirrels. And like
I don't
know
like the way this person sounds.
I know about squirrel structures now, and like I know that squirrel tribals are pretty good. I'm a rat man myself. I like rat decks a lot more, but squirrels are also a good option. I think someone had also mentioned something about like, this might be a different instance, but we were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, and a guy was talking about frog decks with Yu-Gi-Oh. Anyway,
I feel like I have enough contextual knowledge to just be like, I can kind of understand what that sort of thing might be going for, but at the same time, I don't.
Okay,
Like a frog deck, I can understand probably you're like leapfrogging from monster to monster or sacrifice to
No,
sacrifice.
you send out as many frogs as possible.
Oh, okay, so it's literally
Actual frogs.
Okay,
yes.
okay. So like a squirrel deck, is it actually just squirrels, or are you just like throwing out like random bullshit to distract your opponent? Like, oh, squirrel.
So I've been playing a mono black rat deck for the past while.
And it is just rats.
There is a card in Magic the Gathering called Rat Pack of Rats, something along those lines.
Rat King?
No, and it gets +1/+0 for every single rat you have on the field.
Okay, so it is just rats.
Yes, so you basically the super low mana cost cards that you can just shit out like super fast. You can have an unlimited amount of pack rats in your deck, unlimited. And these are $10 cards, mind you.
Huh.
Like this card is not, it's not in print right now, so
Right.
they're not particularly common, because you can have in this commander deck that I'm building as a joke, I have like fucking 60 of them in my deck. So you just draw a fuck ton of them, and you're like, oh my god, like who'd have thought pack rats? And so, and then there are some cards, and this is I imagine what squirrels have. This is what there's a card called Marrow-Gnar, which is also a rat, and it makes it so that all rats have.
Well, I thought you said it was squirrels.
No, I said I imagine squirrels have something like this.
Oh, okay.
But like there's a rat called Marrow-Gnar, which is like the go-to. Is it fear? Yeah, I think it's fear for Marrow-Gnar, which means that you can't block it unless you're blocking it with a artifact creature or a black creature.
Oh, my marrow, nar.
So basically, essentially you're making your rats unblockable. So they can just go like 25 straight to your face. And like
Jeez.
in standard games, you have 20 life. So
Right.
And so there's a card called Ogre Slumlord, which gives all your rats Death Touch, meaning no matter how little damage they do to a card, if they attack a card, that card is dead. There's also a card called Fuck. It's like
I can't believe they
no.
I can't believe they printed that.
It's like a Pied Piper card. I can't remember what it's called. Piper of the Swarm. Sorry. And that card gives all rats Menace, meaning that they can't be blocked by one creature. You have to use 2 creatures to block them, which is a huge expenditure of resources if you're blocking if you're using like 6 fucking creatures to block 3 rats.
Right.
So basically, you get all these fucking setups on the field. So you give them Menace, Death Touch, and Fear, and also there's Toxic, but I don't want to get into that. But it's just like the deck structure is really it's hit and run. It's like very like up in your face, like very fast. Like if you do not get a win within the first 5 turns, you are going to lose essentially. But catching people off guard with it brings me nothing but the most pure form of joy I have ever experienced in my life. Because you just have I'm sorry, I'm talking about Magic.
No, it's fine.
I'm really passionate about it. I love it. It's just so fucking funny to see like these really really well crafted like 100-card decks where it's like I have this spell book. Oh, this gets a marker on it every time I cast a sorcery spell, and if I have 3 of them on there, I get to draw a card for free. And it's like I'm sitting looking at my phone while they're taking their half an hour turn, and like I have like 3 mana on my side of the field, and I'm giggling to myself and playing different rat cards like a fucking menace,
Like a fucking goblin.
I just think it's so fucking funny.
It is very funny, and I will say it is especially funny because you are playing against someone who has that context.
Yeah.
And knows what you're doing. See, in my case, when I was in college, I tried to get into Magic the Gathering. You bought my cards.
Yes, I did.
And I tried to get into it, and I was, sincere. I bought a deck. I bought a bunch of boosters, try and build my own deck. Felt pretty good about it. And then a buddy of mine was like, "Yeah, you want to play?" And then he and I play. He busts out a zombie deck and beats me in the first turn.
That'll happen.
And I was pissed because that's not I didn't know that was something you could do. And he wasn't like, okay, and he had several decks. He wasn't like, okay, I have several decks. I have this one, I have this one, I have this one. What would you like me to play as? He just whipped out a zombie deck just to stomp me into the fucking dirt.
That's not a good bud.
Yeah, no, and so I was upset, but then I kind of kept at it. I played with some other friends who also employed slightly similar tactics. Didn't bust out a zombie deck, but there was like healer decks and some other stuff that they threw at me.
Mono white healers.
Yes, mono white healer deck. There were a couple of other ones that were just ridiculous. And a couple of those friends had at least the courtesy of telling me like, "This is the kind of deck I have. Are you sure? Do you want me to play something else? I could play something else." Like they had the courtesy of warning me beforehand, and instead of this other guy who always just pulled out a deck that would annihilate you in a second. So I stopped playing toward the end of college, just because, 1, I didn't have the money to keep buying cards, and 2, I wasn't having any fun.
Hey, I get it. If I had an experience like that, I probably wouldn't be playing either. That's no fun. I think that more so than most other hobbyist communities, I feel like card games are pretty elitist.
Yes.
And it's really a shame because of how like because me and CJ have been trying to play Commander in person lately, and he asked me the question like, so why is it called Magic? And like I just never had anyone ask me that before, and I was like, well, and so I had to kind of explain it. I was like, okay, so essentially, right, they're these really, really powerful wizards, like insanely fucking powerful wizards, who are able to transcend dimensions.
Yeah, the Gatewalkers.
Planeswalkers.
Planeswalkers, excuse me.
Who, and they have this pure magic within them called the Spark, which allows them to dip into other universes and cast spells from those universes.
Yeah, and effectively in Magic the Gathering, you are playing as one of these Planeswalkers.
You are playing as a Planeswalker against another Planeswalker.
Yeah.
And I explained this to him. I was like, well, I think he asked like specifically like, why is it a creature spell? And I'm like, well, we're just two warring wizards essentially. Like that's the game. Like you are playing as two like in fucking insanely powerful wizards, like shooting magic at each other, and he's like, that's one of the coolest descriptions for a fucking game I've ever heard. I was like, it
is genuinely it is a very cool description for a card game.
Yeah.
Like that is awesome. So I get you.
And you know what? And I also understand that people might not be for it. I get it.
I'm also just bad at strategy and like critical thinking in general. So those types of games, like I want to be into them. I want to, have that kind of fun with, have friends. But I'm so bad at them. It just makes me frustrated and sad.
You know what? Here's what we should do. One of these days, okay, we'll do a stream for it. Okay. I'll play Magic the Gathering Arena.
Okay.
All right, and then I'll explain like I'll go through like my funny rat deck, and I'll show you like, because I would not call it a strategy card game. It is more so who can get their win condition faster.
You're 100% right, and it's never been me because I don't have the know-how to like set, and that's the thing is like people build these decks with such like care and mind, and it's just like I don't have that ability because I'm not smart enough to come up with that, and at that point I didn't think to look up like strategy guides or anything.
There are a lot of like really good deck builders online.
Oh
like,
yeah, absolutely.
Like if you search an archetype, essentially it'll just give you like a deck list, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll take this to my local card shop, see what they have. Like it really is just that.
Yeah.
There's so many resources now. I really wish I had these resources when I was younger. But like there's so many resources now for like just deck building and like effective strategy and like what would be considered a deck that's too strong to bring to friendlies. What's a deck that's too strong to bring to like, because that's a big thing about Commander. Yeah. Do you know what Commander is?
No.
Okay, so you have your 60 card decks, right? With where you can have up to 4 copies of each card in a deck, right? That is standard.
Yeah.
Standard is played by just about no one in the world, other than like high level tournaments. People will play standard. Oh my fucking god! Where the fuck is the rest of this fucking mess? No one plays fucking standard. It's a boring play type. People just don't play it. People do play 100 card deck Commander. You can have 1 copy of each card in the deck.
Okay.
Other than lands and cards that say otherwise.
Right.
But 1 copy of each card in your deck.
Okay.
So you have to and then you have one card that you can
So you can
summon
only
at
have-
any time, right?
So like you can have one Leviathan that has the flood ability that turns your opponent's lands into water, not like 6 of them.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay.
So you also have one
loved that
very
card.
special card, right?
Uh-huh.
It's called your commander. It
Yeah.
has to be a legendary creature, and every card in your deck has to have has to be included. Like okay, say you have a green-red commander. All of your cards have to be either green, red, or green, red.
Right.
You cannot
That makes
have
sense.
you cannot have colors that don't match your commander's color identity, is what it's called.
Right. And that's typically what I've built too as well. It's just like one color or maybe a 2 color. But
See, the thing is,
in
though,
that case, that makes sense.
there are certain decks that are considered like dual color, but then there'll be special effects in cards that have like a third color, for example. Those are not allowed.
Okay.
So it has to be just, and so you get certain people, not naming names, who have like 5 color commander decks. So their commander is 5.
It's okay. You can call out whoever that was, Mr. Beast.
I will not be.
You can call out Mr. Beast.
It's not Mr. Beast.
I don't know if he does that. I don't know if he does that. I don't know anything about Mr. Beast. I'm slandering him.
Anyway, so like so you can have any card, but you need to know that like mana's pretty fucking run scarce at that point, because you need like enough to make it work with your deck,
Right.
and shit like that. I run a like tri-color commanders are pretty common. Like I would say the most common. It gives you a lot of flexibility, and there are
Right,
cards that are
yeah.
made specifically to be commanders too. So there is a I'm not gonna open cockatrice. Fuck that. There's a fucking deck that I started running. It's fucking Warhammer Space Marines,
Nice.
and like it's I can't remember. I think it's black, red, white. I want to say. And
or
it's-
maybe it was white, black, red.
maybe it could be. But yeah,
Or red, white, black.
fucking everyone and their mother plays Commander these days. It's
Gotcha.
a lot of fun.
See, I didn't know that was a thing.
It's 4 people. You can play it with up to 4 people. And so
Well,
that's
I would imagine it's for people and not for animals.
And so, right, you have something called a deck number,
Okay.
which is how good your deck is.
Okay. And
Typically,
this is an objective number.
it's fairly objective. No, it's fairly subjective rather. It really depends. So let's say you buy a commander deck straight out of box.
All right.
That is-
I'm there. I'm at my friendly local game store.
Yes.
It's sweaty. Oh,
You
it
see-
stinks.
You see
There's
a little
so many nerds.
a little green black commander deck that's really calling to you, and you're like, okay, all right.
It's calling to me. I'm seeing it. I'm reaching. Oh, god damn it! The fat sweaty guy took it from me.
Anyway, that is called a 5. Straight out of box is a 5. It is the most basic
Okay.
of basic like decks.
It's the kind of shit that I would use.
It'll get you through. Sure, you might even win with it, but it's not as good as it could be. You could add some cards
Right.
to it and change it up a little bit.
Sure. You can look up a guide online and they'll tell you how to play.
7s are typically like what people like. A 7 is like just about perfect for like playing with other people. They're not mean. They're not overtly like making sure that no one else is having any fun kind of shit. 7s are where you kind of want it to be.
Gotcha.
If someone is playing a 9 or a 10, they are fucking assholes. And you do not fucking like that. We hate people who play 9s and 10s.
Sounds like I already had that impression.
Because they are I fuck them. You're playing a 7, right? Oh yeah, it's a 7. Wins on turn
No.
1. Okay, alright.
Definitely not a 7 there, bruh.
Exactly. It's this.
Bring my big red button that just says bruh when I hit it.
That's what the kids are doing these days, right?
It's like the Staples "that was easy" button, but better.
That was easy.
That was easy.
That was
That was it. That was it. That was it. That was it. That was it.
That wussy.
That wussy. Hey, what that wussy do?
What that mad jussy doing?
What that wizzussy do?
Anyway, I like Magic the Gathering. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I am Dante
I like
said
when you
earlier.
explain things. You are passionate.
Dante said earlier, I am more than surprised at how much strategy there is to an overflowing sewer pipe of rats.
Yeah.
Listen, there's strategy is the wrong word. Speedily getting out as many cards as possible to see if your funny little rats will sink or swim.
Shitting out as many rats as humanly possible as fast as possible.
So there is a commander-like mode in Magic the Gathering Arena. It's like Commander Light essentially. They don't have like every card that's in Commander.
Diet Commander.
Yeah.
If you will.
Yes. Let's go with that. And so I could still make a rat deck, right? But it's 100 cards, and I can only have one of each unique rat, other than pack rats, which I have a ton of. So my first test run, it is literally 69 of these pack rats. 1 Marrow-Gnar is my commander, and then the rest is mana. I have no strategy going into this. It is 69 copies of the same card, Spader. That's it. There is no strategy.
Good. Sure.
I am hucking these fucking rats at this person. If I get 4 mana out on the field, that's 2 rats per turn, baby. I can get 2 of them out in 1 turn. And so they just keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And eventually I am just board clearing them every single turn. They can't get anything out, and then I win.
That rules.
And so,
see, that's like the thing that draws me to the game is these awesome things that you can do, like just in the strategy of these cards. And it's like, that's awesome. And also you're having a communal time. That's fun. And I just didn't have fun. But
okay. You know what?
It was more than likely it was just my experience.
I'm gonna give you some homework. Okay?
Oh, but teacher, it's vacation.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of homework, okay?
Okay.
I want you to find 1 legendary creature in Magic the Gathering that you think looks cool. And you and
Leviathan.
I can sit down. I don't
Is
know.
that
If,
a
I don't know if
legendary?
Leviathan is legendary.
Because it's blue, and it when you bring it out and I don't think you have to tap it. It just turns your opponent's mana all to island, and it gains like the water equivalent of trample.
It has trample.
And flying. Yeah.
Leviathan comes into play tapped and does not untap as normal during your untap phase. Sacrifice 2 islands during your upkeep to untap Leviathan. Leviathan may not attack unless you sacrifice 2 islands during your attack. That...
I don't think that's the one.
No.
It was a giant sea creature, but I don't think that was it.
Stormtide Leviathan.
That's the one.
Island Walk. This creature is unblockable as long as defending player controls an island. All lands are islands in addition to their other types.
Yes.
Creatures without flying or island walk can't attack. It's not legendary.
All right. I liked that one.
Hey, you could run a mono blue commander and throw him out. You know?
I tried something similar when I was, still playing. I mean, you have that card of mine now, but I built a deck out of it, and I think I got to use it once, but only because my opponent buddy kept drawing garbage. What did you do?
There is a gem. There is a gem at the top of the pyramid now. I scared myself.
I see it.
Ah!
Quick!
There's
Wash
a
it.
fucking plane. What the fuck?
Wash it!
Is this plane doing strafing runs? Like, what the fuck?
We're gonna get bombed.
Okay, it's gone. Jesus, this gem scared me.
How do we get to the top of it?
Jump. Yump! Oh, I don't think we do.
Oh,
Oh.
we don't. Okay.
Oh.
That works.
Whoa! Look what's happening!
Oh, fuck.
The UFO!
Oh, I don't see it
Whoa.
on my screen. I have to watch it on your stream.
Whoa! Well, the UFO.
Oh, shit.
The UFO killed it. What the fuck?
Oh, shit. It's shooting down planes.
Killed the plane.
Killed the plane, man.
The gem. The gem is showing us the way.
Oh, shit.
Now to watch the speed clean. God damn. That one. That was the whole stream.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. Alright, did we just beat the game?
Session.
Oh!
Oh, shit. We
Game's
rolled credits.
over. Holy shit. Oh, it's showing all of
Nice.
our playthrough. It's showing all of our speed.
Oh, look at that! Oh, that's fun. See, I don't get the cinematic. I just get now you're at the menu,
Well,
which is
Yeah.
fine. It's just because I didn't technically play through career. I played with you through career. But no, that's cool. Then we just stand there.
yeah. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. Shoe.
I didn't think we were done. I did not think this was the last thing.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Because
so-
I was on this one when I reset it for this playthrough.
Oh, okay.
Now you can do magic. Now you can do magic lessons for them. I could. We have
could.
we have another game picked out though. So
We do. We do have we've got another one coming up. Do we want to do the SpongeBob?
SpongeBob is DLC that we actually have to pay for.
I think I have it.
I don't. But okay.
I don't know.
We could do. I heard the Lara Croft one is really bad. The Final Fantasy
Raider
VII one, yeah, is decent. I kind of am ready to move on. We've been doing this for a while.
I think you know what I would agree. I think we can go ahead and move.
We could certainly
we can
come
come
back.
back if we want to. But I think right now, if we moved on to our next project, I would not be opposed.
Okay.
This was fun.
Yes, we had a lot of fun doing this, didn't we? It's
did.
a lot of streams that we just chilled out, and
Yeah.
it wasn't so bad, you know. A nice change of pace.
A change of scenery is always.
What did we play before this? Dead Rising. We played Dead
yes,
Rising
we-
off the
we
record
played
2,
through-
and then we played
Yep,
3.
And then 3. Yep, that's right. We played Dead Rising 2 and 3 before this. I'm
Damn.
trying to think what else. What did we do?
What did we
last?
play
What did
before
we-
that? Was that? That couldn't have been like the start of me saving VODs, could it?
It might have been
Hold on.
because that was a while ago, early in the year.
Fucking Ferris wheel.
Why don't I remember the?
So, if I go into my VOD videos real quick, and I go to
Your video on demand videos.
yeah, if I go all the way to the earliest one, Elden Ring we played before.
Oh, okay. Yep. That's right. Wait, that one. Wait, you said that was right before. Dead Rising?
I'm looking for yes.
Oh wow.
We played Project Zomboid in between for October.
That's right. Yeah, that was fun.
Oh. Oh. Wow. It's a cat. Oh! She had babies!
Oh boy. Ulysses. Yeah, look at her. What a mom.
Toodle pip.
Unsubscribe from Waspvax.
Thanks for washing. Oh my god.
That's fun.
All right. That is gonna do it for Powerwash Simulator. Oh my
We
gosh,
did
guys.
it. We rolled credits on Powerwash Simulator.
We
That's
certainly did.
that is not a sentence I thought I would ever say.
I mean, there's a few other things we could do, but I
Sure.
I think I'm good on it.
Yeah. I think so too. It's kind of like so. A couple weeks ago, I rolled credits on Control. Fantastic. I really enjoyed it. But I did not play the DLCs yet because I rolled credits on it and I was just like, all right, I'm good for now. And I know there's more for me to do. There's the DLCs, but I'm like, I'll get back to it.
Yeah. Fuck. That was fucking awesome. Yeah, we're gonna move on from Powerwash Simulator. I hope that you guys enjoyed those streams. They were certainly a little bit more laid back than what we're about to jump into. Our next game, for those interested, we're gonna announce it right now. It is a game called Bonding Ambivalence. It is a 2-player co-op game where one person is a hacker and the other person is an infiltration agent. Spader, which one would you like to play?
Sorry, say that again. I zoned out for a second.
There's like a spy kind of, and the infiltration agent
Okay.
I'll give you the description of both. His advanced equipment allows him to gather critical data, assess the situation, and take action with ease. You get a gun, pretty sure.
Okay.
And you're the man on the ground essentially. And then there's the digital operator. His hacking skills give him the power to overcome any digital obstacle and gain access to the most closely guarded information.
I'll go with hacker.
Okay. Cool. It looks really neat. For anyone interested, it looks really cool. We're gonna give it a shot. Hopefully we like it and we play through it.
Did you want to play hacker?
No, it's entirely up to. I'm just not very good at shooting. I'm not good at video games.
Hey, you know what? I'm not either. Why do you think I don't play FPS?
Fair. But yeah, we're gonna start that next time. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's fucking midnight. I need to go honk shoe.
Oh shit! Yeah, I gotta start getting my way
Yeah.
over to there.
I'm gonna poop
Okay.
and then go lay down. So
Sweet.
that
I
is,
hope you have a good poop. I hope everything comes out okay.
I certainly. You know what? We could say that about life, can't we?
Agreed.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching so much. We will see you Saturday with D&D. Bye.
Woo!